ओम वक्रतुंडमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां हृदये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात् कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः।
चतुर्थोऽध्यायः।
भगवानुवाच
भगवानुवाच
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टम्
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टम्
कर्मविभागशः
कर्मविभागशः
तस्य
तस्य कर्तारमपि माम्
नित्यकर्तारमव्ययम्
नित्यकर्तारमव्ययम्
मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति
मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति
ये कर्मफले स्पृहा
कर्मफले स्पृहा
इमां योऽभिजानाति
योऽभिजानाति
कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते
कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते
त्वं ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म
एवं ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म
वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः
पूर्वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः
कर्मैव तस्मात् त्वं
कुरु कर्मैव तस्मात्
तैः पूर्वतरं कृतं
पूर्वतरं कृतं
किं कर्म किमकर्मेति
किं कर्म किमकर्मेति
वयोऽप्यत्र मोहिताः
अवयो यत्र मोहिताः
ते कर्म प्रवक्ष्यामि
तते कर्म प्रवक्ष्यामि
ज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे शुभात्
यज्ञात्वा मोक्ष्यसे शुभात्
कर्मणो ह्यपि बोद्धव्यम्
कर्मणो ह्यपि बोद्धव्यम्
बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणः
बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणः
अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यम्
अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यम्
गहना कर्मणो गतिः
गहना कर्मणो गतिः
कर्मण्यः कर्म यः पश्येत्
कर्मण्यः कर्म यः पश्येत्
कर्मणि च कर्म यः
कर्मणि च कर्म यः
स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु
बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु
अयुक्तः कृष्णकर्मकृत्
कृष्णकर्मकृत्
We have not seen, we have seen only up to 16. This is another important shloka, 18th shloka. Like in the Bhashyam class, Ramaji, we have seen no, that Yasvat Maratireva Syat, long Bhashyam. Similarly, for this also, 18th shloka also, long Bhashyam is there for Shankaranandiyam. Of course, Bhashyakara also, Bhashyam is there. This is important shloka, 18th shloka. Those who attended the Bhashyam class, the 4 lines I told I will tell next class, right? The 4 lines after the class I understood what it is. Maybe next class I'll tell you.
Okay.
The Bhashyam class, I told the 4 lines of Shankaranandya. We'll see in the next class.
Okay. Okay.
And here in this is Gita Moolam class. Only simple meaning of the shloka. Up to 15th shloka we have seen. 14th shloka is important shloka. Namam karmani limpanti, name karma palespraga, yaha mam abhijanati. This is a very important shloka. In fact, this is a Mahavakya shloka. Yaha abhijanati, abhitaha janati mam. Those who knows me, they are not born by karma. How can it be? Those who knows me, Bhagavan Krishna says, those who knows me, that is Ishvara. Those who knows Ishvara, they will not bound by karma. Bound by karma, bondage, this karma bandhanam is possible only when you have kartrutva buddhi. Karma bhigina rasabhadyate means karma bandhanam not there. Karma bandhanam not there means then kartrutva buddhi not there. When kartrutva buddhi not there means what? You don't have ajnanam, anatma buddhi not there, it means you have atma buddhi. Okay, fine, I have atma buddhi. If I know you, how can I be not bound by karma? It means you are also atma. Ishvara is Brahma, then aham atma api Brahma eva. Therefore, aikya jnanam. One who knows me, Ishvara, Brahma, is not bound by karma. Unless he is also Brahma, knows himself to be Brahma, then only this is possible. Therefore, it is Mahavakya. This shloka is not that much highlighted by other commentators, but this is important shloka, Mahavakya shloka. Fine. Then next shloka, 15th shloka, that what we saw in the last class. Evam jnatva kritam karma purvaihi api mumukshubhihi. Evam Nyatva, doing thus, Purvaiki Mumukshubhiki, the Mumukshus, the earlier Mumukshus, the Mumukshus who were there before, doing this manner, Purvaiki Mumukshubhiki, karma, kritam karma, activities were done. That is, Aham Ishvaraha, Aham, that is Ishvara. Ishvara is free from karma. Ishvara is doesn't have karma. The Jagat Karanam Brahma Ishvaraha, even though we say Jagat Karanam, but still he is not the Karta. In one way is Karta, in another way is not Karta. Kartritvam is Mithya. Kartritvam is Mithya. I give the example. To say the fire has burnt my finger, you are attributing Kartritvam to the fire. And Agni being what it is. It doesn't intentionally burn your fire. But you say fire burnt. Fire also burns the water for cooking purpose. It is beneficial also. Fire doesn't have Kartritva. It is its job. Whatever comes close to it, it burns. It transfers its heat. That is how the fire, that is the Subhava Swarupa of Agni. Similarly, Ishvara Swarupa is Atma, Brahma, and that is free from karma. So, that Brahma, which is free from karma, knowing that, evam nyatva, yaha mam abhijanati, those who knows me to be free from karma. Evam, that's what evam is, knowing in this manner. Purvaihi mumukshubhihi, karma kritam eva. They did not give up karma, then they ran away, took to sannyasa. No. They still remained in the world. Purvaigi mumukshus, they continue to perform karma. Even though they know the fact, but they still continue to do karma. Purvaigi mumukshubhiji. Similarly, tasmat tomapi karma kuru. Since this has been known to many seekers before you, similarly you also do karma. Purvaigi purvataram kritam, as it was done by the Purva Mumukshus, knowing the secret of being free from karma in spite of doing karma. Knowing the secret of karma yoga, that is doing karma at the same time free from karma. Doing karma at the same time free from karma. Obviously it is possible. Kartrutva buddhi is not there. When jnanam is there, kartrutva buddhi is not there. When kartrutva buddhi is not there, karma is not there. You may see doing karma, the jnani doing karma, really is not doing karma. How can jnani do karma? Even though you see his parts, limbs of the body moving, and he is walking around and doing karma, but still is not doing karma. The Sharira Manasangata, this is Anatma. Anatma will continue to function, whether you will it or not. But Jnani is Naiva Kinchit Karomi iti Pashyan Shrinman Sprishan Jigran Ashtan Gachan Sapan Shwasan Pralapan Visujan Grandan Unmission Nimission Napi, all the activities, Pashyan, seeing, hearing, smelling, everything the body does, but Atma doesn't do. What will happen if Atma does? It's a problem. Atma has to take up all the attributes of the body, and has to do karma. Then Atma also becomes changeable. Once it was a seer, now it has become a listener. Now it is a listener, then it has become a walker. So then, if Atma also continues to change, everything changes. Then we have to end up with Shunyavada, Buddhism. It's a problem. Then what is there? Nothing is there. Asat only is there. You will end up in the problem. Therefore, Atma is there, witnessing all the action, like the fire being there. Fire being there, in the presence of fire, there seems to be action. Like the action is transfer of heat, illumining the dark room, illumination. That happens. But fire doesn't have kartrutva. Similarly, the jnani doing karma, it's only a semblance of karma. He cannot do karma. Atma cannot do karma. To do karma, Atma must be an object. It must be a parichinna vastu. It should be a limited thing, having limbs, having parts, so that it can work. What is work? Work is nothing but the relative movement of the parts of the body. That's called work. Even speech also. There's a movement of the tongue inside the mouth. Talavya, dantavya, kantya. You have to, the tongue has to move. Work is there. There is a movement of the parts and there is friction. So, therefore, that is what is karma is. Whether it is speech or whether it is physical activity, anything. All karma. Vachika karma, kayika karma. Even manasa karma, upasana. Atma doesn't have any of them. Atma, Ishvara, Brahma is free. Bhagavan says, Amam karmani limpanti. No karma touches me. It means what? I don't have kartrutva. I cannot have kartrutva buddhi. Brahma cannot have kartrutva buddhi. Brahma is akarta. Always akarta, always bhokta. It is just a sakshi in the beings, in the individual as a sakshi, as Atma, it is there in the individual, in the jivas. So there is no difference between Brahma and Atma. Brahma from the Samashti and Atma from the Veshti standpoint. It is Sakshi. In the individual, it has a Sakshi, being there in the presence of which everything happens. It is up to the individual, the ajnanam of the individual, taking those actions, taking those karma on, superimposing on the Atma. With Adhyaropa, what the individual, what the ajnani does, the jiva does, because of which Atma seems to be performing karma. That is why Bhagavan Krishna says, karma mam na limpanti, karma pale mama spirha nasti, yaha mam abhijanati, vastutaha yaha mam abhijanati, is free from karma, is free from action. It means, if free from action means not that he will stop doing action. In spite of doing action, that is why the next shloka is evam jnatva kritam karma purvaiki mumukshubhihi api. In spite of doing action, they know that agam akarta abhokta iti. Atma is, because agam is where the agam is placed. Agam is not placed in the body. Agam is not placed in the body mind senses, sense complex. Agam is placed in only in its place, that is Atma, Brahma. Agam Brahmatma katam karma kartum shakyate. Therefore, evam jnatva, knowing that agam Ishvaraha, free from karma, agam Ishvaraha, Brahmatma, free from karma, knowing this, how the Purva Mumukshus were doing karma, similarly you also do. You also tasmat kuru. You have to do it. It's a lot lakara. It's an order. Tasmat kuru. Karma eva kuru. Purvaiki purvataram kritam. As it was done by the earlier people, they are also mumukshus. They are also mumukshus. How they perform the karma, knowing the secret of performance of karma. What is the secret? The secret is doing, at the same time not doing. That is the secret. Doing is mistakenly attributed to the undoing Atma. Atma cannot do anything. It is always it is akarta, not a doer, non-doer. The doership is attributed to the non-doer Atma. That is a mistake. So this is a secret you have to know. Doership, attributing the doership to the non-doer Atma is ajnanam. Therefore, don't attribute because of you know what Atma is. Jnanamasti. Atma cannot be the doer. So, therefore, knowing that Atma is free from doership, being karta, you can do karma. Again, you can do karma means you, not Sharira Manasangata. Not this Sharira Manasangata can do karma, but you, Atma, cannot do really karma. In the Vyavahara Drishtya, you do karma. Paramarthika Drishtya, Tvam, Brahmatma cannot do karma. So, here, Tasmat Kuru, why Bhagavan Krishna says here is, either for the sake of the dharma, establishing the dharma, or for the sake of setting an example for the people to follow, you have to do karma. Being in the Grihastha ashrama, you are not a sannyasi, itihi. You cannot take sannyasa also now, being in the battlefield. Therefore, what you ought to do now is karma only. There is no choice. So, if you are ajnani, you have to do karma. If you are jnani also, then you do karma. That is why this instruction is given by Bhagavan Krishna. Evam jnatva. Having known thus, having known what Ishvara is free from karma, having known as the karma done by the Purumukshu, you also do karma. Iti. Then the next shloka, the nature of karma. What is the karma subhava that is being presented? We will read that. We have read that. Kim karma kima karmeti. Kim karma kima karmeti kavayaha api atra asmin vishaye mogitaha. What is karma? What is akarma? This is little difficult to understand. Bhagavan Krishna says, Bhagavan himself says, what is karma? What is akarma? What is akarma? What is akarma? What is karma? What is akarma? Kim karma? What is karma? Kim akarma iti. What is akarma? Actionlessness. Na karma akarma. Nanch tat purusha. Action. What is action? What is actionlessness? Actionlessness is not doing action. In Gita, akarma, when we say, not Tamil akarma. Tamil akarma is adharmika. Is Sanskrita akarma, na karma akarma. No action, akarma. No action means not doing action. Doing action at the same time, or the understanding. Doing action with understanding, akarta. That is actionlessness. That is Atma cannot do karma. That is akarma. The state of actionlessness, naishkarmyam siddhi. Siddhi Grantha by Sureshwaracharya. Naishkarmya siddhi. That is siddhi, the accomplishment of the state of actionlessness. The state of actionlessness to be accomplished. How? Not by karma, knowing that agam atma. Jnanena, that naishkarmya siddhi. Gita also is a naishkarmyam ashnute. This third chapter itself. So, kavayaha api, kavayaha is this thinkers. Kavayaha means not kavis. Yet can take it as a thinkers or panditas, learned people. Kavayaha means learned people. Mogitaha, they are also deluded, confused. With regard to what? With regard to kim karma, what karma? What is karma, what is akarma? With regard to that, they are also deluded, they are also confused. Therefore, tat te Tat te pravakshami. Tat te karma pravakshami. I will talk to you. I will talk to you. I will talk to you. Future tense. Vakshami. Agam vakshyami. Te vakshyami to you. What? Agam te pravakshami. Pravakshami. Vakshami. Prakarshena vakshami. Very clearly, with no doubt. That's why pra upasarga is clearly. Pravakshami. I'll talk to you. I will teach you. Pravakshami means, Vaksh means to talk, but here Pravakshami means I will teach. Tat te pravakshami. Tat te prakarshena vakshami, te vakshami. Tadat karma. What is karma? What is a karma? That I will teach you very clearly. Yat jnatva, knowing which, mokshase ashubhat. Ashubhat. The samsara is ashubha. So ashubhat samsarat mokshase. You will become free. You become free from this bondage of samsara. This ashubhat samsarat mokshase. Jnatva. Yat jnatva. That is knowing which. Knowing what? Knowing what is karma, what is akarma. Atma is always akarta. Anatma is always karta. So, kartrutvam of this anatma is jadam. How can it have kartrutvam? That is because of the buddhi, kartrutva buddhi. That is ajnana. That ajnanam has to be knocked off. How? By jnanam, by clear knowledge. What is the knowledge? Atma is always akarta, cannot do karma. So I will teach you that, knowing which mokshase, you become free from what? From ashubha samsara. From this ashubha samsara, which is ashubha, ashubhat. Here it is sandhi. In some places avagraha will not be there. Mokshase shubhat. Not shubhat, mokshase. Shubha is Brahma, moksha. That is called shubha. So we have to understand, we have to supply, we have to add this avagraha. Pururupa sandhi. Mokshase, ashubhat mokshase. Yat jnatva. That in that quarter, yat jnatva, if you count each quarter, this is an anushtup meter. Each quarter will have 8 letters. Kim karma, kima karmeti, 1 quarter. It will have 8 letters. Similarly, kavayo yatra mohitaha, 8 letters. Similarly, last part of this shloka, yat jnatva mokshase shubhat, it will have 8 letters. Yat jnatva mokshase shubhat. If you count a also, then it becomes 9. That is why the a is elided because of sandhi. It is elided. Therefore, it is 8 letters only. Yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. Even when you chant with a, that will not be in the tune. Tatte karma pravakshyami. Yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. No, that doesn't fit. Yajnatva mokshase shubhat. Because of sandhi, the a is elided. The a is not seen. Therefore, I is not seen. Therefore, only 8 letters are there in the quarters. Therefore, only it is chantable in that meter. So that avagraha is that akara is elided. That has to be known. Even in the book, if it is not given, you have to understand. If you know what we are discussing, then naturally you will add avagraha. You know what sandhi is and that supply. Otherwise, what will happen? Shubhat mokshase. Why one should get the freedom from shubha, auspiciousness? Only from inauspicious, one wants to be free. Not from auspicious. What is auspicious? Moksha, Brahma, that is auspicious. Shubham. Moksha is Shubham. Samsara is Ashubha. Therefore, Ashubhat Samsara. Mokshase. Itta jnatva, knowing which. Tat te pravakshyami. Tat karma. Tat pravakshyami. I will teach you that. Tat te karma pravakshyami. Tat te karma, akarma also. What is karma? What is akarma? That I will teach you. Then the next shloka. कर्मणः हि अपि बोद्धव्यं बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणः बोद्धव्यं बुद्धधातु तव्य प्रत्यय. The nature of karma should be understood. Karmanaha karmanaha hi api bodhavyam. Bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha. Vikarma is that which should not be done. Prohibited actions. Karmanaha, that is karmanaha, vigitam karma, bodhavyam. What should be done? Shastra vigitam karma, bodhavyam. What is ordained by the Shastra? What is enjoined by the Shastra? That bodhavyam, that should be known. Similarly, vikarmanaha, nishiddham karma, that also should be known. We say nitya karma, naimitya karma, prashita karma, nishiddha karma. The knowledge of karma one must have. Because we cannot remain free from karma. All the time we do some action. What should be done, what should not be done? That must be very clear. So, karmanaha bodhavyam. Karmanaha api bodhavyam. Karmanaha bodhavyam means karma swarupam bodhavyam. The nature, I said nature of karma. Karmanaha swarupam. Karmanaha is shashti vibhakti. Karmanaha bodhavyam means what? Bodhavyam must have something in Pratama Vibhakti. That should be known. What should be known? Karmanaha is shashti vibhakti. Therefore, we have to supply. Karmanaha swarupam. The nature of karma should be known. Similarly, vikarmanaha. The nature of nishiddha karma also must be known. So you cannot feign ignorance. One has to know. There is no choice. That is why Shastra Patanam is important. Adhyayanam is important. What should be done, what should not be done. What is Vigitam, what is Vigitam and what is Abhigitam. Samanya karma and Vishesha karma also it is there. Sometimes there are Vishesha karma. And karma also in keeping with the Varna, Ashrama and also the situation, karma differs and what should be done, what should not be done. That must be known. If there is doubt with regard to that, Upanishad itself says, go and ask the Vriddha Purusha, experienced people. Their Vakyam becomes the Pramana. Say Apta Vakyam. Their Vakyam becomes a Pramana. If you have unclarity, not clear about what to do, then take advice from them. Therefore, Karmanaha Swarupam Bodhavyam, Vikarmanaha Swarupam prohibited action. That Swarupam also should be known. The nature of this should be known. Then Akarmanascha Bodhavyam. What is Akarmanaha? The state Akarma is actionlessness. So the nature of actionlessness, the true nature of Akarma. Akarmanaha api bodhavyam. So the nature of actionless also must be understood. Gahana karmano gatihi. Karmanaha gatihi. Why should be known, he says, is Karmanaha gatihi gahana. Because the true nature of action, that is karma, and prohibited action, vikarma, and actionlessness, non-action, inaction, that is akarma, it is gahana, it is profound, it is sukshma. Gahana means profound. It's very deep. Deep means what? It is difficult to understand. It is profound. It is subtle. It is all sukshma vishaya. It is difficult to understand by this stula buddhi. It means you also must have to understand sukshma buddhi. The mind should be sufficiently ready, should have penetrative mind, understanding mind, so that you understand what is the nature of this karma, akarma, iti. So, therefore, Gagana karmano gatihi is often quoted. Gagana karmano gatihi. often quoted when, what prarabdha, when it will manifest, we don't know. If we say Gahana Karmano Gatihi, the nature of karma is very subtle, profound, only Bhagavan knows. This part alone is often quoted, Gagana Karmano Gatihi. So here Bhagavan giving instruction that one has to know Vigitam Karma, then Nishedam. With the Nishedam, the Nisheda Karma also one must to know. The Swarupa of this Trivida Karma must be known. Why? Because this is not easy to understand. It's very subtle. It is Atyanta Gagana. It is Klishtam, difficult. Therefore, one must have Sukshma Buddhi. One must have Sukshma Buddhi to understand this. Because it is very profound. So, Bhagavan is just giving an introduction to what he is going to talk from the next shloka. That is a teaching. Jnana Karma Sannyasa starts from the next shloka, for which he is giving an introduction. Gagana Karmano Gatihi iti. The next shloka is an important shloka. Karmani akarmaha, sorry, not akarma, karmani akarma. Karma is napumsakalinga. Karma karmani karma. So karmani akarma yaka pashyati. Pashyet is the pashyet is ling lakara. Karmani karmanya karma yaf pashyet. Pashyet is ling lakara. We can change it to pashyati lat lakara. Karmani karma yaka pashyet pashyati. Akarmani cha karma yaka pashyet pashyati. This is a very naughty shloka. If you just read the shloka and look at the meaning, the literal meaning, it means karmani karma yaha pashyati. One who sees inaction, actionlessness, inaction. Similarly, akarmani karma yaha pashyati. One who sees karma, action, in inaction. That person, saha, buddhiman, is intelligent, manushyeshu, among all the beings. Saha buddhiman, saha yuktaha, saha yogi, is yuktaha, saha krishna karmakrit, is a person of karmakrit, the one who has done everything, person of satisfaction, person of fulfillment. There is a meaning. Literal translation. What do we understand from this? One who sees action in inaction and one who sees inaction in action, that person is buddhiman, intelligent. What does it mean? Seeing action in inaction, seeing inaction in action. Therefore, it has to be explained. So we need to know these are the basic things of Vedanta to understand what it is. What is karma, what is akarma? That in the beginning itself, Bhagavan Krishna said, I'm going to explain Tatte Prarakshami. So he says here, and already he has given introduction, the second chapter. He has given the basis, foundation of what Vedanta. So that has to be that the fundamental teachings of Vedanta. That with the background, you can interpret this shloka. Otherwise, this shloka has got no meaning. You have to recall from the second chapter. Atma is avikriyaha. Atma cannot do karma. It itself cannot do karma. No karma can be done on Atma also. Atma is avikriyaha. It is akriyaha, avikriyaha. How do you say Atma is avikriyaha? You have to refer second chapter. Atma is Atma to do karma. It must be an assemblage. It must be an assembly. Assembly means that must have parts. I said what karma is. Karma is nothing but the relative movement of the parts of a thing, of an assemblage. When there is a relative movement, then we say that karma is happening. Whether relative movement within the assemblage or with regard to the external object, there is a relative movement, action. Then only karma is possible. Atma is never born. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit. Na jayate. It is not born. So, for the unborn, how can there be karma? For the unborn, there cannot be karma. So, therefore, karma being not there, therefore we say avikriyaha atma. Therefore, atma is avikriyaha, atma is free from karma, free from action. Najayate, mriyate, it cannot, and it is abhyaktaha, abhyaktoyam, achintyoyam, anashinaha, aprameyaha, iti, in the second chapter, we have seen. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dagati pavakaha. You cannot cut the atma, you cannot bend the atma. It means atma doesn't have any parts, doesn't have avayava. So, therefore, that which doesn't have avayava, doesn't have parts, that which is not born, it is avinashi, it is indestructible, it doesn't have, it is not an object of knowledge like the Lokika Vishaya. So that Atma, consciousness, therefore not subject to change. It doesn't have Shad Vikara, Shad Bhava. That changeless Atma, it is ever free from karma. It is always free from karma. So Atma, Chaitanyam, consciousness, which is being changeless, that which is subject to change only can do karma. That which is subject to change can only bring about a change in the form of action. Atma is changeless. Therefore, it is ever free from karma. Anatma is changeful, always undergoes changes. All the vikara, Shadbhava vikara is for anatma. Shariram is atma or anatma. Why? It undergoes all the vikara. Asti, jayate, vardate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, vinashyati. All the vikaras are there. And what about Nainam Chindanti Shastrani? Can you say with regard to Shariram? No. Shariram can be cut by the sword. By Maruti, by Maruta, it is Shoshagati. So, it is subject to changes by all the Panchabhuta. Therefore, it is ever changeful. Anatma is ever changeful. It cannot be free from being free from the changeless. It always changes. So Atma is changeless, Atma is changeless, Anatma is changing. Therefore, since karma presupposes changes, Atma being changeless, therefore Atma is akarma, cannot do karma. Atma is changeless. Since action presupposes changes, Atma is changeless. Whereas Anatma, it is changing. Action presupposes changes. Anatma always changes. Therefore, karma is the nature of Anatma and akarma is the nature of Atma. What is karma? Karma is, as I told, it is the nature of the movement. Atma being all pervasive, where it can move. Is there any relative action possible for Atma? Atma is sarvavyapi. It doesn't have adi, it doesn't have anta. Antavantaha ime degaha, but not for the degi, not for the Atma. Atma doesn't have beginning, doesn't have end. That's why na jayate mriyate. Whereas Deha has got Adi, Deha has got Anta. Date of birth, date of departure is there for the Deha, not for the Degi. Atma being all pervasive, therefore, the change in the form of the movement, that is karma, is not possible. Whereas for anatma, in other words, this sharira manasangata, this body mind sense complex, is it all pervasive? No, it is. It has got limitation. The periphery, there is a periphery, very clear periphery of the boundary of the body. Therefore, it can never be free from karma because it is limited. It has got a location in terms of time, in terms of place. Therefore, it can never be free from karma action. So, therefore, anatma is never free from karma. Atma is ever free from karma. Atma is ever free from karma. Anatma is never free from karma. Therefore, when if you want to be free from karma, will you identify, will you appreciate the Sharira Manasangata as you or Atma as you? When you want to be free from karma, with what you have, recognition, this abhimana, that you take up. If you say Aham Shariram, then you are subject to change. If you say Aham Atma, then you are not subject to change. Atma being what it is, all the time it is there. Therefore, you don't have date of birth, you don't have date of departure. You are not born. When you are not born, then what is samsara? What is a change possible? No change possible in you. You are Atma, ever free. You are not born, therefore you are not subject to change. Only when you are born, you are subject to change. You are not born, and you are sarvavyapi, all pervading. So you are the witness of all the changes, not undergoing any change. Atma, Shuddha Atma. Therefore, one can discover oneself to be free from karma only one understand that Agam Atma, Shuddha Chaitanyam, not attributing or not taking up the anatma qualities on Atma. When you take or when you attribute anatma qualities on Atma, then you become as though parichinnaha. You cannot become limited, but you become as though limited. Atma can never be limited. The swarupam of the individual, the jiva, is Atma. It can never be limited. But that Atma seems to be limited, seems to be parichinna, seems to undergo all the problems, the pains and suffering of samsara. It is all seeming only. It is not real. It is mithya because Atma cannot be, Atma is not limited, therefore it cannot be subject to any form of change. Because you attribute anatma and you, therefore you suffer. Therefore you suffer or therefore you enjoy. The enjoyment as well as suffering. Both because of the superimposing of anatma attributes on atma. Anatma, it cannot be free from action and that is attributed to atma. There is a mix-up. Because of the mix-up only there is samsara. So to understand, therefore to remove samsara, we need to understand very clearly what is Atma and what is Anatma. Nature of Atma, nature of Anatma. Nature of Atma is that it is ever free from karma. Nature of Anatma is it cannot be free from karma. That is a Sukshma Vishaya. So, you want to be free from karma or you want to be ever engaged in karma and undergo all the results of karma in the form of Sukha, Dukkha, etc. of the samsara. Choice is yours. Therefore, if you want to be free from karma, then one has to see oneself as Atma and disassociate from Anatma. Disassociation means you cannot disown the body, in the sense you cannot physically disown the body. Anatma being what it is. Anatma being what I am not touched by Anatma, that understanding. Then that understanding is that this Anatma, this Sharira Manasangata, that becomes a luxury. That becomes a luxury. With body, mind, sense complex, I am there. Without that also, I continue to be there. So that presence or absence of anatma cannot cause any dent in me, atma. So disassociation means, when we say not physical dissociation, it is cognitive dissociation. Disassociating oneself from anatma means not taking the attributes of anatma on oneself. You don't attribute the problem of others on you unless they are related to you. This body is also not really related to you. You superimpose the connection. You superimpose the attributes and therefore you establish as though a connection. Therefore, only suffering. For that, one needs to have the cognitive understanding that is by dissociation, not physical. This is by understanding. So, one has to see oneself as Atma and disassociate from Anatma cognitively. So, when you do that, then one can discover oneself to be free from karma. Free from karma is possible when one can understand oneself to be Atma, Shuddha Chaitanyam. When that is there, karmani akarmaha yaha pashyet, when the action is going on, when the activity of anatma is being done, is conducted, then what will happen to the person of knowledge? This person, this jnani, this knowledgeable person, he will, since he has got atma abhimana, not anatma abhimana, even when anatma perform actions, he remains actionlessness. He continues to be actionlessness. This is what karmani akarmaha, akarma, not akarma. Karmani akarma yaha pashyet. Yaha pashyati, yaha buddhiman, yaha jnani, vidwan. It's called vidwan, it's called jnani. Who can see akarmani karma. Akarmani karma, karmani akarma. Then anatma, karmani akarma yaga pashyet. Karmani akarma. In the anatma, which is doing karma, in that one who sees akarma. That is one who has the identity with atma. He cannot do karma. Therefore, when anatma performs karma, the vidwan who has atma jnanam, who has understood his swarupa, his nature, he will not associate with the activity of anatma. He continues to be atma, actionless. Being actionless, atma is actionlessness. So being actionless, he continues to be in inaction, not doing karma. That is, this doesn't have kartrutvam, therefore continues to be akarta. That is the idea. Similarly, akarmani karma yaha pashyet. When anatma doesn't do any karma, it seems to be quiet, like in sushupti. Or when the person takes rest. When anatma not doing karma, which is quiet, which is in the actionless state only, not actionless state, it is not doing action. Anatma not doing action, in that the jnani, this buddhiman, is his karma. There is a potential karma in the anatma. It is taking rest now. That which is potential now will manifest later, will become kinetic later. So, because anatma is resting now, not doing karma, he will not say anatma is akarma, he will not say anatma is taking rest now. But there is a potential karma action in anatma. That's why ignorant people, ajnani, sitting quietly means what? Ajnani also sits quietly. Jnanis also sit quietly, but there's a difference. Ignorant people, Ajnani sitting quietly and closing the eyes doesn't mean he's doing meditation. Jnani also sitting and closing the eyes is doing meditation. But there is a difference. There is a difference. One is absorbed in himself, other one is absorbed in Indriya Vishaya, even though his eyes are closed. So even the one who sits with the eyes closed, he has got Abhimana and sitting with closed eyes, but Jnani, that Abhimana also is not there. So the Abhimana is what matters. So when there is Abhimana with the Shariram, Anatma is Anatma is Anatma Abhimana is that Abhimana with karma is there. Whether it is performing karma or it is not performing karma, but it is of the nature of karma. It is of the nature of not doing karma. When we say I'm not doing karma, that is also I'm not doing karma at this moment. Therefore, potential karma is there. Later, the anatma will do karma. The potentiality is there. So, seeing that anatma can never be free from karma, that is what akarmani, karma yaga pashyet. Karma is potentially is there in the akarma with this atma, anatma which is in rest or which is not doing action, but karma is potentially it is there. Iti yaka buddhiman, that intelligent person who sees that person is yuktaha. In other words, simple, one who understands Atma as Akarta, Atma can never do karma. One who understands this Anatma is changing, it cannot be free from karma. That person is Buddhiman, Manusheshu Buddhiman. So karmani akarma yaha pashyet, yaha akarma is yaha atmanam pashyet. Atmanam pashyet means not as an object, is himself. Yaha akarmani, yaha karmani akarma. Karmani refers to anatma. Akarma refers to atma. Yaha anatmani atmanam pashyet. Anatma cannot remain on its own. Minus atma, anatma cannot remain. Anatma is because of atma. So akarmani, anatmani, akarma, akarmani, akarma yaha pashyet. Karmani, anatmani, yaha akarma, atma, yaha pashyet. One who sees atma, even when this anatma performing action. Similarly, one who understands anatma as it is, even though anatma not doing action, akarmani, anatmani, yaka karma pashyet. Anatma can never be free from karma. So, nature of anatma is karma. Therefore, even though anatma not doing karma, but buddhiman, he sees karma in that. Yaka pashyati, saha buddhiman, manushesha buddhiman. Among all the beings, he is intelligent. Is not taken over just by the physical appearance, the physical inaction. It is nothing to do with physical inaction. Physically, the person may be acting, but if he has atma abhimana, then he is not doing any karma. Physically, a person may not be doing anything. Does it mean that he is a jnani? He is not doing action now, but he has got anatma abhimana. Therefore, anatma will continue to do karma. It cannot be free from karma. The one who sees the distinction between atma and anatma very clearly, that person is yuktaha. That person is krishna karma krita. That person is a jnani. He has gained, he has done what is to be done in life. There is nothing to be achieved. He is the krita purushartha. He has gained the purushartha. What is to be gained? Is muktaha, is jnani. Krishna karma krita means the one who has done all actions. All actions means what? All the action is done for gaining a particular purpose. He has achieved the purpose of life. The purpose of all action is fulfilled by the person by gaining the moksha purushartha. Moksha. So, therefore, is Purnaha is complete. So, it doesn't have anything to do. Yes, gained, that is to be gained. So, he is full, he is in fullness. He has gained the result of all the actions, all the limited actions, what it can give, that he has gained. Therefore, by karma, he has got nothing to gain. That is the idea. Krishna karma krita. Krishna means complete, total, entire. Karma karoti, karma krita. Krishna karma, total karma, complete karma, krita. Karoti, done by him. It means he doesn't have anything to do. He has gained what is to be gained in life. That person is yuktaha, yogi, and that person is buddhiman. So, therefore, the meaning of this, simple meaning of this shloka is one who sees Atma as it is. As it is means it is free from karma. It cannot undergo any change. It cannot do action. To do action, it has to undergo change. It is Avyaha Atma. The one who understands, who sees the Swarupa of Atma very clearly, understand that to be oneself, and who understands Anatma also. The knowledge of Atma and the knowledge of Anatma both are required. Why? Then only you can do Viveka. So, who understands Anatma also, who sees Anatma as it is, not having any association with Anatma, not physically, cognitively, that person is Buddhiman. It's a naughty shloka. Profound meaning is there. So to be understood. Akarmani karma yaga pasye. So akarmani is equal to anatmani. Akarmani is equal to karmani is equal to anatmani. I'm doing the same mistake. Karmani is equal to karmani is equal to anatmani. Akarma is equal to atma. So anatmani atma yaga pasye. Similarly, akarmani karma yaga pasye. Here akarmani is also in that anatma only. Anatmani akarmani yaga karma pasye. So this need to understand very clearly. Karmani akarma yaga pasye. Karmani is anatmani. Akarma is atma. So karmani atmanam yaga pasye. Similarly, akarmani, here akarmani is anatmani. In the anatma shariram, karma yaga pasye. One who sees the karma. Anatmani karma yaga pasye. Who sees action in anatma. One who sees actionlessness of the atma, that person, buddhiman. We'll stop here. Next shloka, we will see in the next class. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Spanvanti Divyai Stavaihi Vedai Sangha Padakramo Upanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Vidusvara Surakana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद शरण जी.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद शरण जी.